Hi, it's another beautiful day in Coto de Caza. I'm on the 13th tee box of our South Golf Course. And my friend Dan, he asked me about this plant up here in our sycamore tree. Now, of course, we know this is a mistletoe, but it's not just any old mistletoe. This is a sycamore mistletoe. It's a Phoradendron, macrophyllum, and more specifically, it's a Phoradendron leucarpum subspecies macrophyllum. So in addition to being called a sycamore mistletoe, it's also called a Christmas mistletoe, a Colorado desert mistletoe, a big leaf or a large leaf mistletoe, and sometimes it's even called an American mistletoe. Now, although this plant, it grows on a variety of trees like junipers, walnuts, alders, and willows, it's almost always found mostly on our sycamores. But you never find it growing on an oak tree, because in California we have another species of mistletoe called a Phoradendron tomentosum, and that's called an oak mistletoe, and this mistletoe always grows on oak trees and never on our sycamores. So our sycamore mistletoe, it's very common in the Santa Ana Mountains, riparian and stream borders. You can find it throughout California, up to Oregon, Texas, northern Mexico, down to Baja California. And the mistletoe up here in our sycamore, it's very erect, sometimes about 3 feet long. It's very shrubby. The leaves are oval shaped, arranged opposite on the stems, and it's a dioecious plant, so the male and the female parts appear on different clusters of flowers. The flowers bloom around December through March, and typically they're very small, generally green and round. So in the winter, the flowers will turn into white and pink berries. They sort of look like pearls, and the berries contain seeds which are coated with a gummy, sticky substance which sticks to the branches. And that's the mystery of how these mistletoe end up at the tops of the trees. It's also how we get the idiom poop on a stick, which comes from the old Anglo-Saxon word mistletoe, where mistle means dung or poop and tan means twig. So we kind of get the word mistletoe, which means poop twig or poop on a stick. So basically, the birds will first eat the berries and the seeds, and if the seeds stick to their mouths, they'll rub their beaks on the high branches to get rid of the seeds, and the seeds will then stick and grow. Now, if the birds successfully poop out the seeds, they'll fall in the lower branches and stick there, but most of the time, the seeds get stuck on the birds' rear ends, and they hang off like dingleberries. Then the birds, they end up doing butt draggies on the branches to get rid of the sticky seeds. Now, once stuck on the branch, the seeds create a root-like structure called a haustorium, which then penetrates into the host to grow the plant. Now, the primary bird responsible for distributing this mistletoe is our little black phainopepla. It's also distributed by our western bluebirds, the American robins, and here, eating mistletoe seeds, are cedar waxwings. Some of these birds, especially the phainopeplas, they even build their nests inside the mistletoe. So why do people kiss under the mistletoe? Well, it goes back to an old Celtic religious ceremony where little white-clad druids, they climb up a sacred old oak tree, cut down the mistletoe, sacrifice 2 white bulls, and use the mistletoe to make an elixir to cure the effects of poison and to promote fertility. So basically, they make a little love potion out of the mistletoe to promote having babies. Now finally, if you got this far in my video, the genus Phoradendron, it comes from the Greek words meaning thief and tree, since most mistletoes are hemiparasitic, which means they tap into the host to steal the water and the nutrients, but they have to rely on their own chlorophyll to conduct photosynthesis. However, our sycamore mistletoe is fully parasitic. And that means it not only steals the nutrients in the water, but it also steals the food. But when times get tough, or the host becomes dormant in winter, our mistletoe relies on its own chlorophyll to produce its food and sugar. And the species macrophyllum, that means large leaf, and refers to the oval-shaped leaves, which tend to be larger than other mistletoe species. So together we get the name large leaf mistletoe, or Phoradendron macrophyllum. Alright, so I hope the video wasn't too long, and I hope you got through the whole thing. Thanks for watching.